Darren Muji does it again. Yeah, the Jets made a trade today. It was earlier this morning. I had a video all set to go. I was about to press upload, and then the news came, and I couldn't upload it anymore because it was a roster video. And now our roster is different. We traded Jermaine Johnson for Tivandre Sweat. Who? What? Yeah. And this trade is telling us a lot of things, really, about Darren Muji and Aaron Glenn's new defense. It may get us to a point. If you remember, we were very disappointed last year when we were looking at the Detroit Lions defense and saying, wow, the Jets are going to have schematic fluidity. And that was very exciting because that's what you kind of need in the modern day NFL. It's all about adapting, adjusting on the fly, and it's because tape is everywhere. It's ubiquitous, and everybody knows what you're doing the minute you do it. So you need to have schemes that build in flexibility, fluidity, adaptability, all of this. And then we came into the season, and it was Steve Wilkes. Not exactly schematic fluidity. And we didn't have the players we needed, and we didn't have the scheme we needed, and it was a disaster. So now we're starting to see what the new scheme is going to be. And it seems like we're going to start with a 3-4 base, and then we're going to do some 4-3 as well and different combos. But the trade in and of itself, to me, was a steal by Muji. Now, I saw some Tennessee Titan fans who thought the opposite. Now, the thing about it is that this is a scheme-for-scheme trade. Tivandre Sweat does not fit a 4-3, which is what Saleh wants to run in Tennessee. And Jermaine Johnson doesn't really fit a 3-4, which is apparently what we're going to be running more of here. So from that point of view, from the Tennessee point of view, they might say, wow, we got rid of a guy we didn't really need, and we got a useful guy. Problem? Tivandre Sweat was the 5th best defensive interior defender last year, number 5 in the league per PFF. Jermaine Johnson ranked 78th out of 115 edges. So while it's true that Tivandre Sweat didn't fit your scheme anymore, you got a guy that, yes, Saleh knows him. Okay, cool. Cool story, bro. But he hasn't been that good. And maybe he'll be better another year out from the Achilles injury. That's the only thing you're really banking on. But to get a guy like this for us, who costs $1.7 million, whereas Jermaine Johnson costs $13.4 against the cap, doesn't matter what they're making; it matters what the cap hit is. This gives us, so we got a better player at his position, top 5 versus top 78. And on top of that, a better scheme fit. And on top of that, we saved $12 million on the cap, which means we can now go and spend that 12 on another player. Maybe we add it to sweeten the pot to get a quarterback in here, which we need desperately. Or it's just another player that we can afford at $12 million, $10, $12 million that we couldn't afford otherwise. So when you look at it like that, you improved your team. You got a top 5 guy. You now are able to play a scheme you want to play better. And on top of that, it's going to allow you to either get a better player by offering more money to somebody, or get another additional player or two. You get 2 $6 million players for this savings. So that helps out, build out your roster. So it seems by all indications, this was a great trade by Muji. Now, you might say, well, where? I don't see any proof that Tivandre Sweat is any good. Well, check this out. Here's his grades. Any good? From PFF, 83.4. That would be elite. Pass rush grade. People say he's a run stuffer. You got to take him out. He's 74.1 pass rush grade. Well, how about his run defense? He's got to stink at that. No. 4th best in the league at that. So he's 4th best run stuffer, 19th best pass rusher as a defensive interior player, and 5th best overall. Pretty good. Oh, well, yeah, but I mean, Jermaine Johnson certainly, uh, oh, certainly, well, 61, 59. I mean, he's a pass rusher, right? 59, 58. Now, 3 sacks. Now, you might say, well, hey, he's going to be better next year because Achilles and because contract year. Okay, maybe. And Salah will know how to use him. Okay. How did that work for our guy over there who went to San Francisco and got 4 sacks? And everybody said, oh, Salah knows how to use him. Oh, no. Okay, but what does it look like on the field? Well, those are just stupid numbers. All right, take a look at this. Is any good? Yeah. That any good? Or no? Does that stink? Watch the man. He's right here. Club over. Stop. See you later. Get out of here, you fucker. And we couldn't stop a nosebleed. This guy right here thinks it was a fleece job. Not smart. But look at this guy. Double team. Boom. Through. See you later. Nice try for a run. You tried running. It didn't work. Oh, well. See you later, Woody Marks. Bye. All right, but there's just a couple of plays. I mean, geez, he's not like he's killing it all the time. I mean, look at this man. One arm, boom, crosses his face to make a tackle. You know how hard that is? Crosses his face. My goodness. All right, but I mean, it can't keep going like this. I mean, how many plays are you going to show me, Frankie? I don't know. Here's a double team. Boom. Get out of here. Double team keeps his head up. Boom. Bye. Didn't even really use his arms. This is how powerful this young man is. Well, it can't keep going like this. I mean, how many plays? I mean, it can't be that good. Here's another double team. Bing. Boom. Clog up the middle. You're done. See you later. All right, but I mean, how many of these plays can you possibly show, Frankie? Because, I mean, how good? I mean, oh my goodness, he's two gapping. Oh my goodness, look at this two gapping. Look left, look right, boom, see you later, goodbye. I mean, he can't possibly, how good can he possibly be? I mean, how many, I mean, I mean, Jesus Christ, he's a monster. Sorry. We just acquired a monster, people. There's another one. We acquired a monster. Oh, my goodness. So you see the PFF grades, you see the film. I don't know how anyone could think that Borgonzi, this guy here, look at this nutball. People actually think they won the trade. Now, it is true that, Johnson fits their scheme better than Sweat. Okay. We got a top 5 guy. You got a top 78 guy. Okay. Now, what are we talking about here? You might say to yourself, well, wait a minute, Frankie. I'm bad at drawing. I don't understand what a 3-4 is. Well, this is an offensive line. Okay. In a 3-4, you usually got a 0. This is called a zero tech nose tackle. This is the position Sweat's going to play. 0, 2, 4, 2, 4. Right? And usually you're gonna mix in either a 3 tech or a 5 tech over here, and these are going to be defensive tackles, and these are your nose. This is your nose. Man, this is no good for drawing. But let me show you what I'm actually doing. And so 0 here, 2, 4. 2, 4. These are defensive tackles. This is Sweat here, nose tackle. You're going to know it's a 3-4 when the nose is right up on the center. Now, he can move a little bit left and right sometimes, but he's going to be doing two gapping. There's essentially two types of defense, a two gap and a one gap. And they like to call it all different things to confuse people. When you're two gapping, what you're doing is you're holding up the offensive lineman and then peeking into the backfield to see what's going on, and then deciding based on what's going on whether to go left or right. Those are the two gaps. It's left or right. We can't go up. We can't go down. So we can only go left or right or straight forward, but that's harder because the guy's in the way. So you have to decide what go left or go right. Those are the two gaps. And so this is what you're going to be doing. Then there'll be typically a linebacker type here. So this is going to be Will McDonald. And this one's going to be Arvell Reese or David Bailey. Take your pick. And now this is known to be a much better way to play. Now, they both can work. It just depends on what kind of players you have. And so you're seeing the players being acquired now to fit this two-gap scheme. In a one-gap scheme, it's different. All right, let's do this. In a one-gapper, you got four people on here, and they're going to typically line up here. Nobody directly over the center, and a guy might be out here. That's the wide nine. And in a one gap, you don't hold the dude up. You try to get past his ass. You just go whoop and whoop and whoop. And if you decide to go this gap and they go this way, you're fucked. Or you have all these guys going here, and then they're able to get a block out here or something and a wide, and now you're fucked. But that's the big difference. And Jermaine is better to be this guy here than something on a two gap. So you could be excited if you're a Titan fan, say, all right, we got a guy who's better for our scheme, but we gave up a lot of quality to get that. Now, eventually we'll do a complete video about the roster. I was going to do that today, but now it got all screwed up. But we're starting to see this roster start to get filled out, and we really just need a few things more. And maybe we could have a competitive team. It all comes down to the quarterback. And I do have an idea for another trade with the Titans, but we'll leave that for another day. So that's the trade. I think Muji won it. I mean, if you get a top 5 guy versus a top 78 guy, I understand scheme for scheme, but they're not the same quality and they're not the same price either. So the guy who is a top 5 is 13x cheaper than the guy who's top 78. I don't know what to tell you. If the Jets make a boneheaded trade, I will tell you. You've seen me do that a number of times. Last year, I was very upset about all those tomato cans we signed, if you remember. I will tell you so this is also very encouraging about Muji and Glenn and understanding what they did wrong last year and correcting it. And everything that Muji and crew have done since he got his staff together through the summertime, starting with the trades for Harrison Phillips and Juwan Briggs, has been excellent. Jarvis Brown-Lee, the trades for Sauce and Quinnen, all excellent. Picking up Kobe King for nothing, picking up a guy like Mozzie Smith as a throw-in. Can Mozzie Smith play a little bit better in a 3-4 than he did in a 4-3? Maybe that suits his skill set better. He's a first-round pick, Mozzie Smith, and he's just sitting around doing nothing. So we'll see. But overall, I'd have to say, because of what this is showing about what the Jets brass has learned, good job. We got a top 5 guy versus top 78 guy, and we got cheaper, and now we have $12 million more to spend, including maybe trying to sweeten the pot on whatever quarterback it is we decide to go for. Now, if we don't get the quarterback right, none of this matters. So let's just be clear about that. In the NFL, you got to have the quarterback. And so if it turns out we're going after Kyler Murray or something like that, it's over. It doesn't matter about Tavondre Sweat or anything else. So we'll have to see how that goes. But otherwise, so far, so good. Good job, Mooj. We got him. T'Vondre Sweat, I look forward to watching him kill people next year. See you next time.